Ever wondered what makes UFC fights so thrilling and dangerous? It's like dancing on a razor's edge, man. One wrong move and it's lights out. Let's dive into the most lethal techniques that can turn the tide in an instant. We're talking about the moves that make fighters tap out, the ones that leave the crowd gasping for air. This is the stuff that separates the casual viewer from the hardcore fan. You ready to get your mind blown? Let's do this. We gotta start with the king, the move that's synonymous with ending fights, the rear naked choke. It's not just about strength, it's a python squeezing its prey. You lock in that hold, cut off the blood flow to the brain, and it's game over. Think about it, man, you're squeezing the life out of someone, their own body betraying them. It's brutal, it's efficient, and it's a testament to the skill and technique of the fighter who pulls it off. You see guys like Demian Maia, Brian Ortega, they're masters of this. They flow on the mat like water, man, and before you know it, they're on your back sinking in that choke. It's like watching a boa constrictor in action. And the thing is, there's no shame in tapping to a rear naked choke. It's not about how tough you are, it's about survival. You tap, you live to fight another day. That's the beauty of this sport. Next up, we've got the armbar, a move that's as technical as it is devastating. You're not just trying to overpower your opponent, you're using leverage and angles to hyperextend that elbow joint. It's a thing of beauty when it's done right, man. You trap that arm, extend it beyond its limits, and your opponent has two choices, tap or snap. And let me tell you, nobody wants to hear that pop. Ronda Rousey, man, she built her career on the armbar. She was like a magician, pulling it off from seemingly impossible positions. People would tap just from the fear of having their arm ripped off. That's how dominant she was. But it's not just about brute strength, man. Guys like Frank Mir, they've shown that even smaller guys can use technique and leverage to tap out giants. It's a testament to the beauty of jiu-jitsu. Chapter 3. Spinning back fist, lights out in a flash. Now let's talk about a move that's all about speed, power, and timing. The spinning back fist. This ain't for the faint of heart, man. It's a high-risk, high-reward technique that can end a fight in the blink of an eye. You're talking about spinning away from your opponent, generating all that torque, and then unleashing it with a back fist that can knock someone's head into the cheap seats. Remember that fight between Edson Barboza and Terry Edom? Barboza threw a spinning back fist that looked like it came straight out of a video game, man. It was lights out for Edom and the crowd went absolutely bonkers. That's the thing about the spinning back fist, it's one of those moves that can turn the tide of a fight in an instant. 1 minute you're in control, the next minute you're waking up wondering what year it is. It's a wild card, and that's what makes it so damn exciting. Chapter 4. Leg locks, the dark art of submission. Leg locks, man, they're like the dark arts of MMA. They're not for everyone, and they can be incredibly dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. You're talking about twisting and torquing knees, ankles, toes, anything goes. It's not for the squeamish, that's for sure. But when you see a master leg locker like Gary Tonin or Gordon Ryan go to work, it's like watching a surgeon operate. They're so precise, so calculated, it's almost beautiful in a weird way. But here's the thing about leg locks, man, they're not just about submissions. They can be used to control your opponent, to sweep them, to create openings for other attacks. It's a whole different level of grappling and it's becoming more and more prevalent in MMA. Chapter 5. Elbow strikes, the sharpest tools in the arsenal. Finally, we gotta talk about elbow strikes, the sharpest tools in a UFC fighter's arsenal. These things are brutal, man. They can open up cuts like nobody's business and they can knock you out cold if they land clean. Think about it, man, you're talking about a bone-on-bone impact, and the elbow is one of the hardest parts of the body. It's like getting hit with a rock. And the thing is, there are so many different ways to throw an elbow strike. You've got your classic 12-6 elbow, your spinning elbow, your flying elbow, the list goes on and on. But there are rules, man. You can't just go in there throwing elbows with reckless abandon. You can't hit the back of the head or the spine, and you gotta be careful not to land on your opponent's head with all your weight. These techniques are not just about brute strength, but also about strategy and precision. It's about understanding leverage, timing, and the nuances of human anatomy. It's about pushing the limits of human performance and testing the boundaries of pain and endurance, and that's what makes UFC so damn compelling, man. It's not just about two guys or girls beating each other up, it's about the chess match, the mental warfare, the moments of brilliance that can only be achieved through years of dedication and hard work. So next time you're watching a UFC fight, pay attention to the details. Look for these techniques, appreciate the skill and athleticism on display, and remember, this ain't just a fight, it's an art form. Stay tuned for more insights into the world of UFC.